Oh.
Luckily, that is not going to be the case here. We have a tied series.
And stuff's getting hot.
Yes.
This music. Drop it in the club. If you're watching StarCraft in the club, guys, get excited. Get pumped.
Back it up.
And it's up right here. The Filipino hero, this is EnDerr.
And in the 6 o'clock position, the light blue Terran, it's Iaguz. I'm just picturing Iaguz in a club right now, and it's hilarious.
It's the last place that Iaguz would ever be. Oh my god. Oh.
That's such a great
That actually,
that
mental image like instantly
that,
flashed in my brain. He laughed so hard. Oh my god. Whew. Damn, Zeph, dial it back. Oh wow. Yeah, I think Iaguz doesn't even really drink. He like has.
He has that milk one. What is it?
No, the White Russian.
Yeah.
Actually, funny. When we were in Shanghai together for IM Shanghai. We had to teach the barman there to make a White Russian because Iaguz didn't want to drink anything else.
Oh, really?
And I'm like, well, I actually know how to make one, being of that descent. My family comes from the motherland, so I was like, you know, my granddad has taught me at a young age to make cocktails, which isn't healthy, but I know anyway. You know, Eastern European bring up Imber.
Yeah.
So.
Not bad.
Taught the barman very slowly because his English was bad, but we got there in the end, made a White Russian for Iaguz, and he thought it was fantastic, and that's my whole story.
It's pretty good, man.
Yeah, but he's drinking the ciders these days, and yeah, he doesn't even really like bars, so a nightclub for Iaguz is just beyond hilarious.
Okay, so Iaguz sticking to his usual stuff. No gas, just a Rax.
Yep, Degreed. Gonna go for a gasless expand, just like game number 1, which he happened to win, by the way.
Yeah.
But and once again, wow, gas. This is just like pool and then hatchery, gasless, sure. But the gas and then the pull on one base before expanding is just, yeah.
Yeah. It's a bit odd, but for once he's actually gone for...
oh, no, he actually took the base before he dropped the pull.
First.
My mistake.
So, yeah, he switched it up. I wonder why. Because this is actually one of the maps that I would expect him to do that kind of thing.
It's a relatively decent Reaper map.
Maybe he doesn't want to be too predictable, though, because, you know, it has been his opener every game. But this is going to be Iaguz's opening every game. So
actually, if you notice that Iaguz hasn't actually been making Reapers.
No, he hasn't. Maybe he's just grown tired of them.
Oh, yeah. Well, he might know because of EnDerr's prevalence to go for that fast Overlord speed. Possibly. Maybe just to get for Marines, but... You know, generally, if you make Marines first, you want to, well, obviously you're gasless, and you want to move your Marines out to catch an Overlord that's trying to get into a scouting position, like you know, that sweet spot above the natural, or you know, heading into the main. There's that little lip in the top of the main there, the north side. Once he realizes where EnDerr is, he can try and pick off an Overlord there. Because EnDerr's Overlord pathing, he's realized, you know, it should take a wide berth of the Terran reinforcement path. But he is actually looking for that Overlord now.
Certainly is. Yeah, I think this is better build on this map. There's not all that much space for a Reaper anyway. Not like a map like Catalina or King Sejong.
Actually, you might get 2 Overlords. No, that Marine's coming back.
It's possible.
Yeah, I mean, EnDerr's just making drones right now. Losing 2 Overlords at like the 6-minute mark is
the most infuriating thing.
Infuriating and horrifying to start your game off. Like, how do you your recovery is horrible. The Terran can send anything at you, and you'd be like down 6 or 7 units. Yeah, just missed the ball there.
Maybe on the way back, you might be able to find it. It would be nice if he would get it, because, again, we're going to have the Overlord speed a bit later this time, though.
Very lucky for EnDerr that he hasn't lost any yet. This one
Will he get it?
He might actually be okay.
Yeah. Since they got those rocket boosters attached to them all that time ago.
Overlord's literally 1,000 kilometers per hour.
Yeah.
Or miles per hour if you're one of those anti-metric people.
Oh, you can't get it.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, it can get to that high ground. And
I never noticed those things on the side of the base before, the little landing pads.
They have Terran symbols. They have Terran symbols there. What's up? Balanced map.
It's pretty cool.
That's right. So EnDerr, I almost say uncharacteristic of EnDerr, but characteristic of most Zergs, going for a very fast set hatchery on this map.
Yeah, he's playing like totally normal Zerg.
Yeah, this is normal Zerg from EnDerr.
It's not EnDerr Zerg.
We'll get to see normal Zerg from EnDerr. And I mean, I feel like aggression has been working out very well for him, except for the last game on Deadwing.
Oh, can he get it? Maybe.
Possibly. Actually, with a starter step, he is going to get it.
That's right. You can't actually go past the barrier thing.
Cock blocked by the barrier thing. And Banshee's going to come down here, but EnDerr did at least scout it. So
yeah, he did.
He's pretty aware that that's happening, and he's going for Oh, okay, there's the Baneling Nest.
Yeah,
so.
Baneling Nest. No spoilers or anything just yet. He does have a little bit of time before that's a huge issue, but yeah, as long as he doesn't forget, doesn't take too much extra damage. He's getting an extra queen in the meantime. Has to make 3 extra overlords right now because he got supply blocked again. Yeah, it's a bit rough.
And that's the frustrating part with the Marines out of the map.
Yeah.
So he has to turn those drones into spore crawlers.
Nice denial of the creep so far. That's something that he hasn't done too much in this game. It's more when he pushes, he comes in and clears out a bunch. Alright. So
that's a spore crawler natural. So he's just gearing up for Banshees here. He's being careful against, you know, could this be a possible Hellbat push with Banshees? Oh, catching those aliens. Nice. They don't get into the main. Iaguz forced to burn a scan here, and he does see that there are a layer going down on 1 gas. So he's not worried about Mutus.
Yeah.
He is actually noticing that his Banshees are probably going to be in a tough spot, but, you know, might cancel Cloak.
Yeah, that's a bit of missing map control there now. But that's fine. You know, he's got more Hellions coming out. And an extra Banshee, so not too worried. We'll see if he can pick off anything else. That third looking a little bit naked. He's probably moving spores over there anyway, so that the Banshees aren't too much trouble. And, alright, so EnDerr should actually be... I want to say he's going to be ahead on the upgrades, but I just realized that the NG bays are almost at the same timing.
Yeah, they should be pretty even on the upgrades. Both players are banking up, will bank up the cash now for those upgrades. It's about that time where you start to spend that money on... making your stuff stronger.
It's going to be nice if you can stay on par with Iaguz in that regard, because it makes the 1-1 push that much less scary.
Speaking of that 1-1, it is coming out first for Iaguz. There's the upgrades from EnDerr coming now.
Negligible amount, so
yeah, it doesn't really matter. Hellions, though, this is actually quite a lot of Hellions, and there's not a whole lot at this third. So these drones, yeah, I mean, a drone barbecue might be on the cards. So it might be a Ling run by. That's enough to kill all these Marines and probably force a lift here.
Certainly, his Hellions have to come home. In fact, I think all of his units are kind of not anywhere near this base.
Okay, right, the bench is coming down, trying to be useful. Succeeding and being useful for the time being.
And we're going to see Bio once again from Iaguz. I mean, as you would expect, he doesn't really make it happen that often.
No, he has always been a Bio Terran. I was actually tweeting the other day, like, I was getting frustrated in TVT. I was like, mech feels so strong. Like, do you guys, like, Terran followers, do you prefer mech or do you prefer Bio? And so many people were like, yes, mech is EnDerr, mech la la la. But people like Iaguz and Uthermal, shout out to both of those guys for being cool, super cool Terran followers. They said Bio is the unit composition of Kings.
Yeah.
Bio or die, and that's what they're going to go for.
Well, Iaguz is certainly well versed in it. He's been at it since StarCraft came out, so
yeah.
Ain't no problem. And he's actually doing.
He can macro when he feels like it. Sometimes he just lets stuff die though.
Yeah, 5 worker kills so far. He does have to back up a little bit.
Banshees are surprisingly being effective.
Well, be careful.
Oh, loses 1 there.
Okay, a little bit sloppy from Iaguz.
Shout out to 2012 Iaguz, losing that 1 Banshee. Gets 9 drones though, so actually not a terrible trade.
Not too bad. And he's going to lose the other one.
Banshee goes down.
A little bit disappointing. The creep for EnDerr's actually looking pretty good. He's got a fair few active tumors out, starting to push out on the map a bit, especially since he killed off those Hellions early on and then forced the other ones to come back home to defend against the Ling run by. So he's had pretty much free reign a bit, just spreading creep.
Look at that mini-map. I love this from EnDerr. Sending some units out here to try and catch the Hellions, starting the main attack force. Actually, this Hellion's going to catch the Lings more like it, but there's another cluster of Lings on the far left here that are going to look for a run by on that third. And this third is actually pretty tough to defend as a Terran because it's like, you know, all your production's generally in your main, and they have a long walk. They got to go through the natural and over to the main there, and they're not as fast as Zerglings. They don't have creep speeding them up.
No.
So it takes a while to reinforce that third if you lose units there, which he already has. And the Hellions don't want to come home. He wants these Hellions up here doing pressure, and EnDerr's been playing so well. He forced those Hellions to come back from that run by, and that means that his third has been droned up very nicely. He's at a healthy drone count here.
Yeah, and now he's at the point where he's just making units. So if Iaguz pushes, he's going to have enough. He's going to be able to hold on to this 4th base very nicely. And he's got counterattacks set up already. As soon as he steps outside the base, you can bet he's going to send those in.
This depot positioning is actually quite... it's going to mess with the AI of the Zerglings a little bit. Oh, Hellions, they're off. Yep, it's going to take these engagements off creep. Doesn't want to go on creep here. The Mutas will clean it up at least.
Yeah,
and EnDerr can safe... EnDerr looks so safe right now. He's been all over it with his defense. His units have been locking back and keeping Iaguz at bay. Both players playing so well in this last game.
Yeah, he hasn't been doing too badly at all. This is just such a solid macro game for EnDerr.
He hasn't skipped a beat either. His macro has been on par with Iaguz, which is no small feat. Banelings coming in here. The splits from Iaguz are good. No damage done by those Banelings.
Now the rest of the ground army is going for a counterattack into the natural, into the third.
That's a dead hatchery right there.
I believe the third has been cleaned up, but into the main, that's very nice if you can get on top of the production, which he is.
Oh, Marine's getting right up on that Baneling
they're about to pop.
and they're actually, they are going to pop.
Ah, that's kind of rough for EnDerr. He lost a lot of those before they actually popped. And
his reinforcement from production has taken out those that run by. I feel like that run by was too small. Like it's the reinforcements from the main are actually just going to kill it all as soon as they pop from the barracks there.
I think Iaguz is still playing pretty smart about it too. He's making sure he keeps tabs on that. Look at the 2-2 for EnDerr. Look how much further ahead it is.
Yeah.
That might be what helps him clean this up.
Yeah, when 2-2 finishes, EnDerr's going to definitely want engagements here. EnDerr's running past. Maybe going to have to come back for a flank. Does he want to defend? Does he want to be aggressive? And it is EnDerr, so in fact he is going to be aggressive. He's moving across towards the natural. The natural has almost no units there. Iaguz does have a bunker, but they can just run past. The wall is not lifted. And in come the Lings with a lot of Banelings. Looks like his army is coming back. He's loading up for a drop into the main in the meantime as well. A lot of action happening all over the map here. A lot of Iaguz's units have come home, and he will be fine. How's this drop going to go?
EnDerr looks like he's got the drop in the main covered. Both players kind of swatting each other away. The medevac taking damage from the spell crawler. He tries to lift up to get out of there, but the mutas are going to come home. And Iaguz is resuming his push, having dealt with the Zerg threat.
Iaguz is down in upgrades. Actually, oh god, don't lose that medevac. Oh, don't Maynard that medevac. Happens all the time. God help me.
Still some leftover Widow Mines buried in here, and he's bringing a few more in. Not sure how many overseas he actually has with his army, if any.
Not that many. He's making Swarm Hosts as well, which confuses me a lot.
Oh, he did this last series against Iaguz and actually but
the micro from Iaguz has not existed, and he loses a ton of his bar units to the Banelings there.
Brutal. And now he sees the Swarm Host as well, so hopefully he's practiced against this a little bit more, because last time that kind of smacked him around a little bit more. Banelings coming in.
There's just too many he has to lift up. He's got a big reinforcement though. A lot of the Marauders are still alive, getting on top of those Swarm Hosts. Scans going down. He needs to get up there. There's only four or five Swarm Hosts. Muta's taking a big hit. He has to pull the drones. Is this it for EnDerr?
It could be. Where is his army? He's got 46 more Lings coming out.
He's turned them all into Banelings and they've all exploded, Zeph.
The Swarm Hosts are the only reason that he is still alive and kicking at this moment, I feel. It just barely pushes him back.
Look at that reinforcement from Iaguz. 12 Marines at a time, 2 Marauders. 2-2's about to finish. He's about to have as much upgrades as the Zerg. And he has so many more units. His army supply is 100 to 56.
Oh, and while these Swarm Hosts help out a lot more than you would think. So it's not over yet, but he doesn't have a 4th base. Iaguz is taking his 4th. And it looks like EnDerr, maybe his counterattacks need to come back into play or something. He just can't engage this army head on.
Iaguz has got a 4th. EnDerr's 4th is just, it's dead.
Yeah, he never got to rebuild it because that's the parade push for you. It just keeps coming at you.
Enduring Locust coming down. So these Swarm Hosts need to somehow stop Iaguz here, but how do they stop him? They can keep the Marines at bay, but he's just going to have his army supply is so far ahead of EnDerr's that he can just actually attack into the Locusts.
He can. But you know what he's done before? He still has to be careful of the Banelings. We've already seen him take some nasty hits. Here we go. EnDerr microing his Banelings, trying to get them to hit the pockets of the Marines, but not having too much luck. There's not a lot of buffer left.
No, he's letting the Locusts do a bit of damage here and pulling the Banelings back. They're coming connecting very nicely with the big ball of fire here. But look at the minimap, Zeph. The reinforcements of Iaguz are too strong. His macro is too strong. Look at how much he just doesn't bank minerals.
Oh no!
And GG! Iaguz is your 2nd Premier player. And he has clenched it against the Filipino Zerg for a 3-2 victory.
Fantastic. That was a pretty exciting game for our 5th and final. So he's going to be joining Pig up in the big leagues.
The big leagues are in store for Pig and Iaguz, both netting themselves $4,500 minimum, possibly getting more as they go into Premier League. Can they take some Korean and North American and European scalps?
I think they can.
I think they can after today. If you guys saw these games, I think you might be convinced as well. Oh. And EnDerr played so well. What a series. Favorite series of the day. Nothing against King Kong and Pig, but that series was
You can't
beautiful.
beat TVZ.
You can't beat it. And all the way to 5 games as well.
Yeah.
So exciting, so back and forth. Both players deserve to be in that Premier League. It's a shame we don't have 3 spots, because I would give it to EnDerr in a heartbeat, absolutely.
Certainly. All right, guys, that's actually going to be it for us, sadly. We've only 2 best of 5s.
It's a bit of a shame, but I can't. Like, it's a shame, but I'm saying it with a big smile on my face because of how exciting those games were, and the fact that I'm just so happy for Iaguz and so happy for Pig. Send them love on the Twitter. That is at x5_pig at the Twitter to let our 1st Premier player now, and our 2nd Premier player just crowned a few seconds ago at Root Iaguz, all one word on the Twitter. Send all your love to those people. Send it to ACL Pro. Send it to Blizzard_ANZ, and Insano. SYF Insano for obsing and producing all day, and Boldy as well, ACL Boldy for running those fancy overlays and all sorts of transitional stuff.
Yeah.
It's a really sick studio here in Sydney. Pleasure to be here.
Absolutely. It's been fantastic. Thank you to all who have tuned in. Over the last 3 weeks, we've had 3 weekends of qualifiers ending in this, which is pretty good ending.
And now we get to sit home with our pants off watching it all go down online.
It's going to be fantastic. I'm really, really excited.
Yeah.
Yes!
So cheer on those guys as they head on into the big, scary Premier waters. Hopefully they can take some scalps. Hopefully they can go all the way. Stranger things have happened. I'm Maynard, with me as Zeph. You have been watching the WCS, Oceania, and C qualifiers, and we'll see you again next season.